So let's close our eyes quickly and try to get into a state of mind, body, spirit of being one with all things. As we do that, we slowly call in our higher selves while slowing down our breath, feeling grounded. Be aware of your breath. Nice deep inhalations, exhalations. Slow down your breath. At this time, we call in our higher selves to be a part of our session. And we call in Yeshua and Miriam to be a part of this session as well. And we ask for our divinity of universal consciousness to come here and lead us on our spiritual journeys. May Source be with us all. It is good to see everybody. It is good to see you. We are spirit, like you. No difference. You're having a perception of your own reality through your consciousness. You are creating everything that is here at this very moment.
All right, so I'm going to read something from our book, Magdalene's Journey, about the Merkaba, and then you can comment on it. So this was when Miriam was explaining in the book about how you used to visit.
Yes.
Okay. So she says each day he would come to me for an hour or two. We talked about what I was going to do and where I was going to be safe. We would also talk about where the apostles would go to teach and how they would prepare. I am speaking to you in the 21st century, and some people may read this and think my account sounds implausible or even crazy. During my time, they would have thought we were demons or possessed by them. If I were to tell the Orthodox community I was communicating with Yeshua regularly, they would have stoned and burned my body. The spiritual path takes time, faith, and patience, and it wasn't easy. After his Merkaba resurrected, he would often visit his masters in India, although he would also search for places he thought would be safe for the female apostles and me to live. Those who accepted our teachings the most were the nature-loving pagans, some of whom lived in what you now know as Southern Europe. There I could live in freedom and be safe without persecution because no one there knew me, Yeshua, or what happened in our homeland, even though some knew of his healings. So do you want to speak a little bit about that time?
Yes, I can a little bit. The Merkaba body is nothing more than the energetic body, or what you perceive as here. You may also perceive yourselves as having Merkaba bodies as well. Spiritual bodies. Remember, I have told you, we have all told you, that this is a perception of your own reality.
Mm.
This is the Merkaba body, although you don't see it that way.
We see it as the physical body.
You see it as physical, but you understand that physicality is only a perception of your own consciousness. Mm. So I was able to allow my Merkaba body again to come into this reality and realize myself again. It's considered to be impossible, or if it does occur, miraculous.
Mm.
But you see, it really isn't miraculous. I was trying to show all of you that death really does not exist, that it is simply walking into one reality from another. That's all it is.
Is the act of manifestation simply an act of focused desire by the consciousness?
In truth, There is no desire. The consciousness desires nothing. It simply is.
So is it more like the observer effect?
In a manner of speaking, yes. You, the soul, consciousness, observes the perception of your own reality, of who you are in this lifetime, and you will manifest as such.
Mm.
But in truth, the soul does not desire anything. Consciousness does not focus on desire. It simply is what it is. Human beings have created the idea of ego, and other species around you have done the same. And when I say species, I mean galactic.
Mm.
There are other galactic beings that have a sense of ego, but not all. Ego is not a part of consciousness. It is a part of a perception of being human beings.
The next question is, what are the higher and lower expressions of the masculine and feminine energies in each of us as individuals? How do we stay in the highest frequency of each?
I believe that many of you know how to balance your chakras. Therefore, you know how to balance your physical being. And when you physically balance yourselves in this perception of reality, you are literally balancing both masculine and feminine aspects of who you are in this reality. Doing so, you stay in the highest form or the highest frequencies of love and light.
Through the intention of aligning them.
That is correct. When you have that intention, you are often staying there in that frequency of love and light, and nothing can take you out of it except yourself. Continue to do what it is that you do on a daily basis, to stay there, to stay in love and light all the time. And these are what you call the highest frequencies of being, of consciousness. What do you do in the morning? What do you do in the afternoon, in the evening, and at night to stay there all the time?
So as a way to keep resetting, like almost touch points throughout the day, to keep resetting ourselves back into that place.
That is a very, very good statement. That is correct. Always, Michelle, and everybody, these touch points, these points that you touch during the day and evening and afternoon and night to keep you there, these are ways to remember who you are in this lifetime. As Miriam will say, remember your true authentic selves by doing these things every single day. And that's how you stay in this frequency of love, Christ consciousness, Godness, whole consciousness, whole being of perception. Isn't that wonderful, Kaya? A prayer, a meditation, being of service to others, enjoying your lives, being happy, knowing thyself, knowing thy goddess. This is how you stay with yourselves in these vibrations, being with community as well. Miriam is a different energy than I am. And you will see her manifest herself in a different way. Peace and love, grace and gratitude be with you all, and share these qualities of who you are as human beings. And this is how you stay in the residence of your higher selves. What part of the universe is physical reality and not just human consciousness perception? Now we are getting to the nuts and bolts of who you are as human beings. If this is a perception of consciousness, is your earth a perception of consciousness? Now we're getting into things that are very quantum in nature. Are your rockets perceptions of reality? Are your planets and satellites perceptions of your own reality? Is the moon a perception of your own reality? Is the Milky Way galaxy a perception of your own reality? So difficult, it's easy. So easy, it's difficult. Everything that appears to be physical in nature, even when you're putting your foot upon Mars or the moon, in truth, is a perception of your own consciousness and reality. I'm trying to lead you there slowly so I don't blow your circuits.
Blow our circuits.
The cosmologists, the quantum physicists, all of them are starting to realize that nothing really is what it appears to be. Even your space-time continuum is not what you think it is. But it is fun discovering it, isn't it? And what's out there. The more you discover yourselves, the more you will understand your own universe around you and what you are made up of. Continue to do the work. This is a very good question. What part of the universe is physical reality? None of it is. None of the universe is physical because you are not physical. You create the perception of universe.
Of everything.
Of everything. And it is an incredible, infinite experience that will continue to be discovered ad infinitum.
And that's
Infinitely.
why the universe is in us as much as we are in it.
That is correct. If you want to look at the physicality of who you are made of proverbial stardust from explosions of stars. That is who you are. But you are discovering that you're so much more than that, aren't you? Excellent questions.
Yeah, these are great.
What you see happening here, as I always say, is happening everywhere. Again, everybody is waking up to the reality of your true authentic selves through the balance of masculine and feminine energies. Now, I wish to say that the entire world was doing that, but it's not. But there are far more now than ever before in this world that is. And you can't keep us down, can you? Human evolution is amazing.
Alan's asking, there are thoughts that consciousness is expanding like an out-breath and will eventually collapse with the in-breath.
That is very good question as well. Now, think about your consciousness as the expansion of the universe itself, and that you are the universe. Will the universe ever stop expanding? No. It will not stop expanding. At least this universe, anyway. And like breath, it will continually expand. It continues to breathe. It continues to expand. It will not stop. It will not collapse, but it will continue to breathe. And because we come through Renee and Anthony, our energies have resonance. Our words have resonance. Our teachings have resonance. Our feminine and masculine are balanced. As Yeshua says, I say the same. Be of love and be of light. Be of service, grace and gratitude. Be of the consciousness of who you truly are, and that is of love. a Christ consciousness, a God consciousness, a divine feminine and masculine. All of you are. And so be it.
Mm.
As above, so below. As above, so below. As above, so below.